Welcome to the DePIN State presented by 𝐒𝐿IPSE. I'm Nick Hawks. On today's episode, we have Thomas and Theo from Silencio. This episode is sponsored by 𝐒𝐿IPSE Labs. If you're pushing the limits of what's possible on chain, you should build your own rollup with 𝐒𝐿IPSE. We'll have a little bit more on them later in the show. Before we get started, remember hit the like and subscribe button. This alerts you to when the next episode drops and helps us keep bringing great guests like Silencio team to you. Thomas, Theo, what's going on, guys? Welcome.
Hey, Nick. Pleasure being here. Thank you for having us over.
Yeah, I'm excited. We've been talking about this for a while. I think the last time you guys came on, you were under like a bot wave attack with users. Seems like you've sorted that out. What's going on in Silencio?
Yeah, it has been quite a while. A lot of things have happened. We've been very happy also about the organic growth we have been experiencing. And thanks to some also initial funding, we were able to start developing the product further, and we're very eager to be bringing out quite a massive update for the application within the next 2 weeks. That I'm happy to be also, making a small preview for your listeners so that they can actually see what we're going to be building in the next days.
Yeah. So this thing is getting recorded November 7th. I think you guys are launching this thing on the 9th in a couple days, it looks like. So pretty exciting to see what's going on. Yeah, go ahead and if you want to share your screen and walk me through what you're looking at, let's do this.
Amazing. Theo, do you want to add anything before I jump there?
Perhaps ever since we spoke, some major updates next to funding have been, we chose what blockchain we're going to be building this on, so Peak Network. This might ring a bell for some of your listeners out there. As for others who it doesn't, I highly suggest you check it out. They're establishing themselves as home of the DePIN out there.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. We've had Max on the show, so super cool to see you guys jumping on there and building with those guys.
Amazing. So we'll jump right to it, and feel free to interrupt me anytime, Nick. So on one side, maybe we could jump a bit into the network stats so far, where we stand today. As we mentioned before, we had initially bootstrapped Silencio with the idea of create this 2.5 Web 2.5 approach, because it was very important for us to find that initial product market fit on the supply side of the data before we actually start raising capital. And we were able to tap into the actual DePIN communities that we've been also working with for the past 3 years as major deployers throughout Europe. And this was really amazing because we could really see how people naturally understood Silencio right from the start. And what was very important for us was that it was really freely accessible to join anywhere in the world. And that is why this, let's say, initial smartphone approach for us was definitely something that we really wanted to do. And it has proven to be really good when it came to growing the network. So right now we're actually eyeing down on the 40,000 users, probably going to be there next week. And it's amazing to see that just in a couple of months, we've been able to start collecting data in about more than 175 countries. And we are actually already collecting a couple of millions of data points each day. And just to get an idea, each second that we collect with the smartphones is basically one data point. And here we're not recording any type of audio content. It's really just a decibel. And if we looked at it, at the amount of data that we've gathered so far in just a couple of about 6 months, it is about 23 years of life of a person. So it's really amazing to see what our community has been able to do, and really hope to see more of that in the months to come. And this is why we really started focusing on making sure we improve this app from the MVP state, and we're very happy to be sharing all of these updates coming soon. So on one side, we have like this, double token approach, where you are basically earning noise coins for everything that you do in the network. And this could be doing a normal stream, like walking around your neighborhood. And you're going to be covering those, hexagons. You're going to be discovering hexagons, a bit like you know it from other projects. And depending on how much value you generate for the network, you're going to be rewarded on a different level. At the same time, we're going to be including check-ins that are going to give you the possibility to check into any type of venue. And also any type of referrals that you generate, you're going to be partaking when they create value for the network.
What's the difference between a hexagon discovered and a hexagon covered?
So it was important for us that we have those two differentiations, because when you go out there and a hexagon, we're measuring this on the H13 level of the H3 grid. So approximately 44 square meters or 473 square feet. This is in terms of one thing is to be the first one to step on a hexagon. You're actually the discoverer of that hexagon.
Got it. Okay.
And if, let's say, you step on the same hexagon again, you are basically just covering it.
Okay.
But if you're discovering it, you're covering it and discovering it at the first. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Super good. So does that mean if I'm the first one to a hexagon that I get both the 0.5 and the 0.25, or I just get the 0.5 the first time, then if I walk out and walk back in, then I get the 0.25 the second time?
No, you'll get the both together. So it's going to be 0.75.
All right. Right on. Super cool.
And this is going to ensure that we can really, spread the actual data collection capabilities. And at the same time, similar to what HiveMapper is doing today, we're going to be also, including possibilities to create value where it's needed most, in accordance with the necessities of data buyers. And having this mobile approach really gives us the chances to mobilize the value generation where it's needed most, instead of only being, so to say, limited to a static data collection capabilities.
Got it.
And within that, we actually are creating the Silencio leaks, which are very exciting for us, because we are basically dividing up the community with a Gaussian distribution, so that 10% of the community is within each leak at all times. And you can increase, the leak that you're partaking in by increasing the value that you're generating for the network. And depending on which leak you're actually situated in, you're going to be receiving a different allocation of the actual beta airdrops that we're going to be bringing out next year.
And then do I choose a league? Do I get to create the San Diego league, or how does this work?
So there are 10 predefined leagues. Okay. The moment you enter, let's say you're a new user, you're going to have to unlock leagues. And for this, you're going to have to create an initial stream.
Okay.
The moment you do, you're, so to say, in the lowest league, and you start from there, fighting your way up to the upper leagues by generating more and more value. So let's say if for a couple of days you've been inactive, it might be that you're actually downgraded a league because people have come, that have generated more value than you did and entered your leagues.
Cool. Super cool.
So you can basically see this distribution here. So depending on which one you're categorized in, you're always going to be getting more of the beta airdrops, but also future token airdrops of the Silencio token name. And we're also very happy that our community actually selected the name Silencio token for our actual token with the SLC. And that was actually our first bigger community voting, and we're very happy with the result.
That's super cool.
We're also going to be introducing a new home that is going to have amazing stats. People have been asking, to understand how many hexagons have been actually discovering. So all of this is going to actually be centralized in a new home that is going to be more immersive on that level. And also being able to have a direct call to action to, follow us for news, updates, and to people to educate themselves on anything related to noise pollution, which we're trying to centralize via our communication channels, which are X and Discord.
Okay.
Another really cool feature that we're looking forward to is our venue check-in function. So it doesn't matter in which, let's say, restaurant or hotel you are at, you're going to be able to actually make a recording while you're being there. And it's going to be a 15-second recording. And that is going to be able to give you the possibility to actually choose which venue you're at. And then you're officially checking into this venue.
Got it. Now, do you guys have agreements with these guys? I'm assuming you don't, but it'd be super cool if you do, on the demand side, where McDonald's is like, yeah, we want you guys to measure our noise, or that's a not yet thing.
It's definitely, let's say, an idea down the line, is that there are tons of opportunities there to cooperate with these companies, because let's say if a Starbucks would be interested in knowing their precise noise levels at different times of the day in a whole city, let's say all spread out through Manhattan, they could actually create a data bounty for our users to go there. And this could be actually interacting in the future with a direct, let's say, discount for a certain product in that venue, right? Okay. Because you actually went out there and created this measurement.
Got it. Okay, cool.
And that, of course, will open up new data sales possibilities, which I'm going to go in a later stage. But we also have a really nice new profile that is going to go also into your personal stats. So not only the community stats, but really understand how you stand against the community. And within the league, you're actually going to be able to press on any user, and you're going to be able to see their personal stats.
Okay, cool. So I can track what you guys are doing and be like, hey, you guys aren't getting loud enough. Get to some AC/DC concerts.
We also have some cool avatars coming along that is really going to gamify the whole experience, and a very nice game of chance that is going to give you the possibility to multiply your earnings at the end of each measurement. And this is going to be completely by a random selection. And we think that this leverages the predictability and the curiosity of doing the measurements.
Okay.
Then we have the classical referral program that really invite everybody to test out, and you're basically going to be making 3% of the actual value that your referrals generate, and this is a form of passively also earning noise coins.
Okay, cool. So we'll have to sign up DePIN Stay for that.
Yeah. We also have a notification bell that's going to give you like daily summaries of all the value you have been creating. So it's going to help you to have a good overview of everything that is happening. And to start finishing off, we're going to, actually this already is in place. We have a new map that is also powered by Mapbox. And we're very, very proud of this map because there's really, deep interaction, and you're going to get amazing 3D views. So we're going to be enhancing the capabilities of what you're going to be able to see within the map in the near future, specifically also with the venue selection. So you're going to be able to filter out the map with restaurants, hotels in your city, and actually before you do a booking or reserve an hotel, for example.
Super cool.
Yeah, and maybe to finalize with what we're planning on soon, we're going to be including a quest mechanism where it's going to give you the possibility to do certain milestones to earn coins. We're going to have a passive measurement mode that is going to be really crucial for the development of our data collection capabilities, as this will enable us to provide users with the anonymized possibility to really collect this data sporadically in the background. And at the same time, this is going to give us, let's say, a very deepened mosaic within cities of different data collection points that is going to help us really get to a sellable product sooner than later, and is going to give the possibility for users that are maybe not on the proactive sidedness when it comes to the data collection, and they actually say, hey, I'm actually very interested in contributing, but I might just look by every couple of days or weeks into the app and just see how my progress is doing. So it becomes more of that actual passive mining project.
Cool. Super cool. The quest will be fun. And the passive thing is a big deal. So you got a couple big deals coming out here, man. This is super exciting.
Yeah. Also, streaks, hearing tests are going to be quite interesting as well. That's going to be opening up a new data set for us as well, given that there are actually companies really solely focused on selling in-app hearing test data to, for example, TV manufacturers, noise cancelling headphones manufacturers, even companies like Spotify, to really provide an enhanced, personalized experience when it comes to your actual personal hearing capabilities, and for our users to start understanding how their relationship is with sound on a day-to-day basis.
Got it. Cool. Rad. You guys got a ton of stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to launching the next app update next week. And from then on, everything else I was describing is going to be in the works for the next 2 months.
Okay. Let's see. I saw a couple teasers on Twitter. What's going on with the wearable device thing? Was that just something you're throwing out there, or is there something coming down the pipe we're going to see there?
I think that's also something that we're planning to launch, integrating, smart wearables like smart watches into the network. We just don't know if this is going to happen by the end of the year or beginning of next year, but definitely something.
Got it.
So Theo, you would have definitely made use of that last Sunday while running the New York Marathon.
Yeah. No, so the idea is obviously to continue reducing friction wherever possible, with the goal to collect as much data as possible.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Let's take a quick break and we'll talk about today's sponsor, Eclipse Labs. One of the cool parts about doing this show is we get to talk to a ton of projects across the space, including back-end nerdy stuff that helps deepen projects. One of those is today's show sponsor, Eclipse Labs. They're a customizable rollup provider deploying app-specific chains for several deepen projects. They allow you to pick your virtual machine, your base layer, and additional customizations to enable new functionality for your DApp. Eclipse is committed to helping projects build on deepen. Check them out at eclipse.builders and check out the interview we did with them if you haven't seen it. Let's see. So, fellas, I think the big question in deepen now is, what does demand look like for your project? And across all of these different projects, it's something that each one is kind of grow and nurture on its own. So, what are you guys looking at now on the demand side?
Yeah. Sorry, Theo, go ahead. I'll add later.
Happy to compliment otherwise, Thomas. But essentially, we have 8 pilot projects in the pipeline at the moment. All of which are related to either PropTech solutions, valuation companies in the real estate sector that were using noise pollution data actually prior and are now comparing, for example, our data versus static governmental data. As well as, we have 2 projects with 2 cities in Germany as well that are exciting. And beyond that, Thomas, anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, I think for us, it's really important to make sure that we also, within this year, our goal was really to create a product that we know we can scale to 1 million users. And we feel very confident that that product is going to be in place just in a couple of 1 to 2 months. And after that, for us, really, the whole focus is going to be on making sure that we can start monetizing on the actual initial pilot projects that we're already running. We're going to be creating the APIs. We're going to be creating the actual first data platform that is going to be able to give us a much more deep and interactive mechanism with our data. We're going to be expanding our data collection capabilities. As of today, we're limited to this proactive, so to say, sound measurement. Yeah. But as we increase the data collection capabilities to, for example, hearing tests I was mentioning before, there's a complete market, established market for hearing test data. We're going to be increasing the data collection capabilities to noise complaints. There are really millions of noise complaints lost into the abyss every single week worldwide, and governments have no way of interacting with this data and understanding where the actual problems and sources emerge of noise pollution, and be able to plan better city planning and give the tools for people to also be able to make change happen. And on the other hand, we really see a long-term potential to position Silencio as really as a go-to, so to say, mobile platform to commercialize data on a level that is unprecedented as of today. So you need to understand that today you're basically the product, as everybody says, if you're not paying for it. And this means that we really need to start thinking, or how we rethink this more or less like feudalistic system when it comes to the actual, value generation of smartphone gathered data, and really going to this Web3 approach where we can start democratizing this value and giving also the possibility for people to decide what they want to share, how they want to share it, and at the same time be completely anonymous. And we're really tapping into different distinct markets there. We see that the data or environmental data market is valued at 25 billion plus. Noise is actually a section within this market, and the actual initial go-to-market strategy with the data that we're collecting is mainly focused on platforms such as Theo was already mentioning that we are running pilot projects with. Yeah. And we see a potential mainly on real estate platforms, hotel booking platforms, and restaurant booking platforms. So these are your instant use cases that already can make use of the data and create a USP for themselves to interact with their customers. So that's why our initial focus is on the API, because it is the easiest way for us to go to market. And at the same time, within the actual potential addressable API calls that we're looking at, which is more or less on a monthly basis of 44 billion plus. We are seeing a service addressable market of a billion plus as of today, only for that data set. Of course, we understand that together with the community, we're going to be building the data sets, but we're definitely going to be tapping into machine learning capabilities in order to enhance our data collection capabilities, and really to be able to offer a very interesting products in the near future.
Super, super cool. Right on, guys. Well, I hope the next time we catch up, you got as much news as this time. It's really cool to see how you guys are growing and using the community to not only name your coin, but to participate in everything that you guys are doing. So, guys, thanks a ton for coming on. Really appreciate your time, and we'll catch you when you come back on. We'll see you next time.
Really
Thanks for having
Thank you for having us. Take care.